Kris. This is Blue Sky, I think. We'll see. I hope that I went to the right one. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Well, welcome to tonight. I hope you all had a great week. My name is Kris Graves, and we'll be talking to, this is less of an artist talk than just me talking to a good buddy of mine named Hairabedian, who's a fantastic photographer. And once he's on, Eric, just let me know when you're in, and I'll push you into this conversation. Let's see if you're here already. I'm coming in from New York, where it's is pouring rain outside right now, and I just left it. 1 second, guys. So, my name is Kris, and I run an organization named Kris Graves Projects out of New York City, in Queens, and we're a book company. Yeah, I can see they're ready, Eric. Please sign in. Okay. Sorry, let me get my guy. Where are you, buddy? Come on. Well, he's going to have to sign in. Sorry. A mess to start. My bad. So tonight we'll be talking to a buddy of mine. We went to Purchase College together, graduated in 2004. He can't get in because he doesn't know what's going on. We've been showing together for a long time. I think some of the first shows we ever did in Queens together were happening in like 2006 and 2007. And then I started a gallery in 2009 and showed his work first. So he is like my true homeboy. And there he is, ready to jump. Okay, pull up some questions. Please come in, Eric. Press the buttons. Please. Dead space, Eric. Okay, so we're waiting for Eric to sign in. Come on, man. Here we go. Okay. Questions. Can people tell me if the music is too loud? I'll turn it down. Hello, Eric.
Am I very dark?
You're decently dark.
Ah, shit.
No, you're fine. We can see your face. The people will have to tell you. I can see your face just fine.
Okay.
Ridiculous. So first off, why are you in a car right now?
I'm in a car because I'm in the parking lot of a Bahama Breeze because Samantha and her brother are hanging out, so I had to hang out and run away.
Okay,
so
great.
Can I put a flash on this thing? What can I do?
You can just leave it for now. Well, wait. Actually, do you have a sunroof?
Yeah, I opened it. Let me see if I open. But it's raining. That's the only thing. Let me
see.
Not
open, but just like there's more light where the sunroof is.
Yeah. So I'm under a street light, and I have the glass open.
So tonight, if anyone has questions, please just answer them. We'll just be answering a lot of questions. It's more of a Q&A kind of fun conversation than an artist talk per se. But I'll start by asking you, where are you from? With your close-ass face. Please move back from that camera a little bit. Oh, my God. You're fine. You're fine. Don't even worry about it. Okay. So where are you from?
So I was born and raised in Queens. I still live in Queens, Middle Village, Queens. It's weird. I've been there for so long.
Always the same neighborhood. Have you ever lived outside of Middle Village, Queens?
Yeah, I lived in Sunnyside for a few years, and then I lived in Miami for 8 months. So
okay, was it only 8 months? That's crazy. And so you're from Queens. How did you get to Purchase College, where I met you?
So I first started going to community college because I had no idea what the hell I was going to do in my life. Mm-hmm. Started taking classes and everything, and I wasn't good at anything except photography. So this guy, Jules Allen, street photographer, he basically said, keep trying. You're like decent. You suck, but you're decent, and just take my next class and then see what happens. So I just kept following him, and he helped me get into Purchase. I actually didn't get into Purchase in the art program. I applied, I didn't get in, and I just went there for liberal arts. and I had to reapply.
Oh, you want to look at
Yeah. So I had to reapply to the program.
Look to see what
I met with on Portfolio Review Day or whatever they called it. I met with Bob Cosmo.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he's the best.
The skylight's
So he was basically like, listen, I'll let you in, but you have to take my class. So I said, all right, whatever it takes. I'm already here for this, so I'll do whatever you want me to do. You know, so took his class. He was amazing. I feel like I never made a print that was good enough because he's such a perfectionist. But
this was a non-silver class, right? Was it not?
No. This was just like photo
basically what happened
101, I guess. So I had to start from the beginning again. So,
and coming back to close
so that's how that started.
Okay, and you've been, well, what's the next question? I guess, like, we met at Purchase, and we've been showing, showing together spaces in New York for a long time now. Well, little spaces, I mean, whenever we can get a show. So, but you did go to SBA, and I don't know how many years out of undergrad was that?
Window on its track.
So I took a year off.
I
took a year off. Like I'm
so
I took a year off, and then I went to SBA. I think it was a year off. Went to SBA for a year.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
and then I took
and it's kind of good because it keeps
a semester off.
Anyway, it's
okay.
It's not the worst, but
I did. I took a semester off.
Why did you want to take a semester off from grad? Was it too fast to have gone, or like?
No, it was just I was used to a certain way in Purchase, and then SBA was like completely different. It wasn't that it was harder or anything like that. Like I couldn't handle it, but it just I was expecting something different, I guess. And
yeah, what was Purchase that was not at SBA? Did you feel like
well, Purchase was just people making art, and I feel like SBA was more shit. I hope I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. But,
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, great. SBA was good. I mean, the facilities were good. Professors were good. It was just different. I wasn't used to it. So it's like someone that wears baggy jeans and then someone that wears like slim fit jeans. It's just, there's nothing wrong with either one. It's just completely different, So
styles.
I wasn't used to that. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So you've been photographing since then. How do you make a living do you make a living in photography?
Yeah, so I do a lot of architectural photography, a lot of like high-end real estate. I've been doing that for maybe 7 years or so. So yeah.
You've been self-employed. Well, you've been self-employed for a long ass time. That's amazing.
Yeah, but that's what really got me into actually being able to make like a decent living doing it, and then still like kind of creative, but you still do the creative stuff on the side, which I'm sure most photographers do. So it's something out of the norm, just doing your kind of day job and then doing whatever the art stuff.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. Like I don't know any photographer that can just sell photographs and make a living and not have to like have a day job. Like I don't really know those people. But moving backwards a little bit, I wanted to ask what was the first photograph you made of your own that made you want to continue? Do you remember what that was?
That's a good question. I tried to think about it. It was probably must have been a picture of my father. It had to be a picture of my father. I can't remember which one exactly, but it was probably my father laying on the couch in his, wife beater and, doing something stupid. That has to be it. But I tried to think about it over the last couple of days, and I couldn't pinpoint one exact picture, but has to be him somehow.
Because you make a lot of photographs of your family. That's pretty much what you're doing these days, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it all, it goes back to. It always goes back. Like, I didn't photograph for several years, as you know, because you would yell at me all the time because I didn't do that. So, yeah, it's like once I started again, I kind of just started going back to what I felt comfortable with, and that was what I felt most comfortable with, and it was available. So, you just kind of start from what's, not that it's easy to photograph my parents because they hate being photographed, but they kind of understand that they have no choice, especially because my father's, his breasts are always out, my mother's always looking terrible, and those aren't flattering things that they want people to see, but they understand, and I yell at them because they really don't have a choice to do, they have no choice. So you kind of keep going back to what you're used to in a way, but you try to make it different. So anytime I look at my old pictures of my parents, I feel like the ones I made more recently, they're a little more refined somehow.
Uh-huh.
So,
well, that's it. Okay. Well, I all these books are so damn far from me. You can see the stack. Can you see the stack? Oh, you can see a little bit. This is a stack of books that I have to put into plastic and then into the mail. And then I have to print out all the thingies and then go to the post office with like 100 pounds book. This is my life. This is the life of a publisher. You actually just sit at home all day.
Yeah, but you go to the back door of the post office. We've done that. Yeah, you just hand things to a random woman at the back door.
Usually. Well, yeah, usually. So like, that's the bin today. Bin's right there.
Oh my God. That's
It's
great.
great. They call me media mailman now, some shit. Like, because I use it so much. It's crazy.
So you're in Long Island City, right?
Yeah, we're home for a little while until we go back up to the Cape. Probably, I guess, in about a week.
Nice.
This is your book. This is a small little book. Like, I think that we've been making small projects like this for a while now, and they're never really. This one's named Memento, and I think it's only for the book that it's named that because you're working on a kind of a longer project than could fit into like a 30-page oversized book.
Right.
But this is when you started to make some new photographs. I don't know what years are these photographs?
They're all pretty much, what are we in 2020? So yeah, all those are pretty much 2019, or is it 2018?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like some of my photographs, I don't know how to even date them, but I would say 2018 to 2020 or 2019 to 2020. But it was, all these were made in a short period of time. So I kind of like got back into it, and I pushed myself to just do as much as I could in a short amount of time.
Yeah, and what are you using to make these photographs? Like, what kind of camera? We should get geeky for just one moment.
Oh yeah, so I used the Fuji GFX 50R with what lens is that? 32 to 64, right?
Oh, the zoom lens.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what it is.
I have the same camera, but like a slightly different version of it, and it makes a beautiful photograph. It makes it. It's an awesome Nokia Flip. Somebody said Nokia Flip. They also said South Side Middle Building represent. So I don't know who that is, but I'm sure you do.
Yeah, that's Charlie.
That's great. Did I show this? And so this series is family and friends, or who's in this book?
Yeah, pretty much family, friends. Samantha's in it, also my girlfriend. But yeah, pretty much my parents and whoever else I can, sucker into doing this.
So can you explain is there a normal way to ask one of your people to be in your photograph? Like, is this always different for everybody?
So one thing that I just had to deal with before was I photographed Samantha's brother. He hates being in pictures. So I was only able to click the camera once, and that was it. And that picture was not sharp, but it was a great image. So I wasn't able to convince him to take one more picture. And it's kind of like, I get it because I hate being in pictures. So that might be one of the reasons I photograph, is because I don't want to be in pictures, and I put people in, these environments that I would like to be in, but I feel like when I look at a photograph of myself, I'm disgusted. So just throw these people in it and torture them.
Have you never made a self-portrait in your life?
Yeah, I made a couple in undergrad, maybe I don't know, when were we in school? 15 years ago. But they were always terrible, so nothing worth showing.
And was there a first? Do you remember like your first photography crush, or like the first person you saw that was just making work, and you're like, oh my god, I need to like be better at photography?
I always liked, and I always liked the Germans, you know, like Struth, Gursky, all those guys. But that's also because we were taught by, I would say someone that pushed those guys was Sergio Fernandez. So he pushed those guys on us. As far as, yeah, Sergio. I love Sergio. As far as the stuff that I shoot, I feel like I've been influenced by Crutzen, even though I know he's, you know, very theatrical and all that. But I still, you know, I look at his work and there's just stuff going on that I feel like I wish I had more, I guess more money and more people to create images like that.
Like teams of people? You mean like working with a group?
Yeah, just to have like all the crazy lighting and, you know, all the stuff going on that he does. But I get it. It's like a movie set. So you know, that might be a little too far. Like I just want to make nice images of my family. Because when we're all dead, I guess I'll leave that behind, and people will be like, "Oh, this is Eric's life, Eric's Queens, Eric's Middle Village,
Yeah,
Eric New York." You know, so
that's it. That's the best reason to do it. I mean, it's a great reason.
So,
You still there?
oh, I'm here.
Oh my god! I thought I lost this whole thing for a second. That was insane.
Oh man.
Phones are fickle, man. Don't touch phones when this Instagram shit's happening. I'll just say like scary. Anyway, sorry. So, do you think you'll ever be making self-portraits again? Like, do you think that that's a future thing that you would do? Make self-portraits?
I don't know, man. Because when people take pictures of me, I just want to. I don't know what it is about. I think I'm just not photogenic. I don't think I'm a terrible looking person, but when I look at myself in pictures, I'm like, oh, I just want to die. You know, it's terrible. So
I get you. No, I don't do many self portraits. If it is a self portrait, it's an accident or like a testing for someone else to be in the same space. You know.
Yeah.
So money. Okay. So what does that mean? Does that mean like if I gave like not me because I'm not giving you any money, but if somebody gave you like $10,000, would you be able to make work that? Would you be able to make enough work with that amount of money, or does it need to be like way more? I don't know how to ask that question properly, but
for what like self portraits?
Well, you know that self-portraits, just your work in general. Like, do you think that if somebody gave you money to make the work, like if you could be a working artist and just like sell prints, get a lot of money, and then be able to make more work, you definitely just buy equipment and make different work?
You're saying more,
that's what I mean.
Are you asking how could I refine my work more to make it to what I really want it to look like? Or you're just saying,
yeah,
someone gave me 10 G's, could I make a body of work to produce a book or something?
No, not that. The first. Like, what would you change about the photographs? Like, what kind of equipment do you think you would need to make something that you haven't made yet?
I'd probably hire someone to do the lighting because I'm terrible at lighting. I mean.
Okay. So you're getting a lighting guy, photographer, man.
Yeah. But,
I'm sure.
Maybe I just get better at lighting. What I've been trying to do, I'm obsessed with always using lighting, but I'm trying to figure out ways to use like not be as reliable on lighting, and maybe use reflectors more, maybe shoot certain times of the day, but
yeah,
it's tough. I don't know.
Well,
I really need to do it more.
And you, of course, have a day job and like other things. Like, going on.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
So,
Everyone has-
so have you been working during the pandemic? Did this stop all of your photography activity? How did COVIDs affect your like photography?
So I didn't work for maybe 2 months or so, maybe more than 2 months, but since I do a lot of real estate, I had to apply to become considered an essential worker, which I was able to get. So maybe, what was it, maybe like 6 weeks ago or so, I started working, and it's just been crazy because real estate is one of those weird things where I just feel like people always want to sell their house, so they're not going to stop because of a pandemic. So they're just, I guess we just have to follow all the guidelines to make it happen. Yeah. And then as far as, which, that's just work. But as far as the art stuff, in the beginning, I feel like I was making a lot more work when I wasn't working because I was, you kind of have to quarantine. And my parents lived 2 blocks away from me, so I'm surrounded by them and Samantha. So the only people I was really seeing was them, and you just try to photograph them if that's all you can do, because I can't do anything else. So
yeah,
pictures with that, which was cool. Saw a hole in my father's wife beater while we were sitting at their kitchen table.
This word.
Yeah, so is it bad to use it? Yeah, I don't mean it in a bad way, but tank top is better.
Yeah, I think that when we're in public, we have to use the words that get us in trouble.
Okay, so I saw a little hole in my father's tank top, and I said to myself, I had my camera on me, so we're looking through CDs. I forget what we were doing. We were looking through his CDs or something. Or, no, we were looking through photos. I don't remember what it was. Whatever it was. Saw that little hole in his tank top. And I said, you know what? This is an opportunity. So I poked my finger through the tank top and I just ripped it. So I'm sure you've seen the picture of him and my mother sitting in there, standing. My mom was standing, dad sitting. So that just made a picture. So you kind of just take a chance and, take the opportunity when you see it.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh. My God. Okay, well, I don't even know what to ask next. Like, that is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I think I have seen this picture. I think it is beautiful. He's such a good sport. Such a good sport.
Yeah, he loves the attention, so,
So, how do you feel about there being, what are you going to do when this is over? Do you have an idea about, what is the first thing you want to do when you can do it again?
I'd like to go on vacation, but, I always like to go on vacation, as you know, and, you also like to go on vacation. So being stuck, it's tough because you get antsy and you don't know what to do with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
So I think vacation is go to Europe or go to somewhere with a beach, or I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much, but that's probably the thing I miss the most. Because work is always going to be there, making photos is always going to be there.
Somebody has sorry.
No, it's okay.
I gotcha. No, I feel that. I feel very similarly. Even I was doing a lot of work traveling, and it felt okay. It was nice. But now it's dead.
Yeah.
Somebody said, take a photo of his god sister. Jack Stars.
Oh, that's Jackie. No, I already photographed her enough.
But Eric is taking requests. So if you do want to be photographed by Eric and you live in the New York metropolitan area, maybe even a little bit farther, Eric will come to your house during the COVID times and photograph you in your living room.
Oh yeah, I'll do that, definitely. Because I've photographed a lot of my friends, and one of the issues I come across is, a lot of people, and that's fine because I don't really follow art that much as I should, but a lot of people, that I'm surrounded by, they just don't get art, and that's fine because I don't get a lot of art. So when I tell them, oh, let me photograph you doing this, doing that, people just don't get it. So it is kind of hard to photograph a lot of the people that I am surrounded by, because they just, for them, it's like, why am I going to make myself look bad? I only want pictures that I can post on Instagram where I look great with this filter. But it's hard to explain to them. It's not about Instagram. It's not about filters. It's not about this and that. It's about me trying to make a portrait of you. And maybe in my head, like my twisted head, it's, I don't want to be in this photograph because I hate looking at myself in pictures, but I want to make you look how I want myself to look in this picture and in this scene. I don't know if that makes sense.
Ridiculous.
I know. It's messed up.
But I think it's a brilliant approach. And the one thing I'll add is that you are not like bringing in other clothes or anything. You're still like dressing people with the clothing that they own, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty much, if I go to their house, I'll look through their closet and figure out what they're going to wear. Or if we meet somewhere where if we photograph outside of their house, I'll just tell them, bring a few outfits or take pictures, let me see them, and we'll figure out what you're going to wear. So it's never like fashion photography or, anything like that. It's always stuff that is close to home to these people. So it's always stuff that is them, or it's stuff that I've seen them wearing that it's like, all right, that's cool. You should wear that for a picture, so it's always something like that.
Gotcha. And I'm going to ask you to explain 2 of these photographs for me.
Okay.
Before we head out of here. Explain this ridiculous photograph.
So my father is a dental technician. He makes dentures. He makes all the partials, all that stuff, that old people have. So how do I explain this? I felt like I can make a good photograph at his work, and it's always one of those things where I feel like I somehow am missing something at his work, and it's a very small office. So from time to time, I try to go there and make a picture of him. Usually fail, but this time we just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And the last thing that I did was, Dad, please take off the tank top because, take off the tank top because the picture's great, but this is going to make it better. So, that's
and how long did it take to set this up in this office? Like, how long were you here just trying to work through this?
I would say shoots usually take like an hour per person. So it's not too bad. So if anyone wants me to photograph them, just give me an hour.
Yes, we'll have people fly in from like Seattle and Portland, where this is, we're talking to Portland people tonight, or people on the West Coast for the most part. I mean, maybe. I don't even know who's on the call. It tells me a number 9, so no one's watching this. You can say whatever you want. Let's talk about, or actually 2 more photographs, because I really do want to just quickly explain what's happening. Like, what is this?
So that is Victor. Victor is a special human being. I don't know how to explain Victor, but
he's the best. Victor's the best.
Oh yeah, he's great. So that's just at his mom's house. It was tea time, and he was prepping some tea for us.
So did you have this tea after this photograph?
Huh?
Did you have some of this tea after the photograph?
Oh yeah, we had some tea, threw the dog up there, and yeah, it was great.
And one more photograph. Well, yeah, because we showed a picture of your dad. So this is your mother.
That's my mom.
Yeah, I'm sure she loves this photograph, by the way.
No, she hates it. And it's hanging in my studio, so she's, she hates it. But she gets it, though, at the same time.
Yes, I get it, too. I love it. This picture, we're going to make, at some point, we'll make a huge... Oh, actually, I think that we still have we did the book some years ago in 2009 or 10 named The Queen's Affair, which was like 20 images from you, 20 images from me. But now I think we grow that. Use the first 20 that we made if we still won't like those photographs. And then, all for the last. I mean, how many years has that been? 12, 11 years of making new photographs. So there's gonna be a lot. Make that book. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, man. You know me. I'm always down.
Thank you. So I think that's. I mean, that's enough. I think that's enough. What is that? Like 35 minutes or something like that? We can talk about. What is the? I'll ask you a silly question. See if we can clear out the room. What is the last thing you watched on television? The last thing that you've seen?
I've been watching Dark season 3, and I'm so confused. I have no idea what's going on. I feel like if I was watching it in German without subtitles, I would probably understand more.
Yeah, I tried, man. That's a hard one. The first season were confusing, but I thought I got it, but I don't think I get anything. I have no idea.
No. It's too much. But for some reason, I just want to torture myself and just keep watching it. So, yeah.
And so you've been spending most of your time in Queens. Have you been going anywhere else besides like just the Queens area?
Yeah, I've been coming out to Long Island here and there.
Oh, that's where you are now.
Yeah, that's where I am now. I've been going to Westchester for work. Sometimes I try to just go there and spend some time out there since there's room. I try not to go to the city because it's, city's too crazy. So try to stay on the outskirts and where it's not too busy.
Yeah, gotcha.
So,
and what are you listening to in the car? You have a favorite album or something? Like what?
I was probably listening to like some Spanish rock earlier, because you know me.
Yeah. I dig it. What's your favorite artist of all time at this point? Like, are you closing your eyes and saying, damn, I want to see them live right now?
So Julio Iglesias might be one of them, and I saw him live a few months ago, so done.
That's perfect. So you got it in right before this whole thing started to go down.
Exactly. So we're good.
Yeah, and another art question, actually. What you have not been a part of, like the exhibition, like museum-y, that kind of everything that most photographers are trying. Most art photographers are going for this kind of imaginary, like art world ideal of things, and you have not subscribed to that pretty much ever. And I was wondering, like, why did you just did not care for that part of this game?
We're talking more about like just trying to get more into the art world.
Yeah, I guess that's the right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of like, I don't know what the words are, but I don't know if the art world really likes me. I don't know if they like my work. Maybe if I was to push more, something might change.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna get. We got to get the work out there. It's great work, and it needs to be out in the world. So I think it's time to get it going. We're at Beezy's. There's mad opportunities, and
I know. Yeah.
And why not? Got to change everything now.
Is that a new hat?
Oh, I got a black version of the same hat that I have in blue with the dinosaurs.
Thank
you.
You.
Shit, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, they had the sale, man. I got this thing for like $14. I'm happy forever. I'll never lose this.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
I'd like to just make a living photographing people, but I feel like it's very hard to make a living just doing art.
Yes. Yeah.
Do the other stuff as well. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and you're good at it, so it is what it is. I mean, and you see things that you would never normally see. Like what's the last place that you thought was just the craziest thing you saw in a while? Like, because I know you're seeing a lot of different houses in New York City doing your job.
Oh yeah, I just photographed a $9 million apartment in Tribeca, so that was pretty crazy. And it's kind of crazy seeing how certain people live that have that much money.
What does that mean?
Means I don't want to say too much, but it's just people tend to buy crazy things when they have that much money. And I look at these things, I say to myself, wow, this is interesting.
So they're wasting bad money, what you're you're saying. Like the
Yeah. But I guess they have to, you know? Maybe they have to spend it because then they have to pay taxes if they don't.
it's like unbelievable. The world is unbelievable. I think that's it, man. Do you have any questions for me? Does anyone in the audience have any questions for either of us? There's not, we'll answer anything. We'll be on for another 60 seconds and then we'll just end it. But Eric, I wanted to ask, close your eyes for me for a second. Close your eyes.
Yep.
Think about a photograph. What photograph did you think about? You can open your eyes now.
Oh, sorry. I was falling asleep. Probably, you're talking about one of my photographs, or?
I just said a photograph.
Yeah, usually when I think about a photograph, one of my favorite photographs, probably the picture of my father in his pajamas.
Mr.
So, yeah.
I'll show you that, but you can't see it.
Oh,
Somebody asked, what's the next project you're looking forward to doing?
Not photographing my goddaughter. Or sister, sorry.
Thanks, Eric. That's a really great, class. And classy as well. But Eric, thank you so much for being on the call with us, and keep making the great work because we will definitely be we'll be making another book very soon, and I'll speak to you later. You're in Long Island this weekend. We'll probably, I don't know if we're going out, but I'll let you know. And thanks for being here with us, everybody, and have a great Friday night. Enjoy. Peace.
Yeah, sorry I was so dark.
Yeah, he's sorry he's so dark.